just in its full tongue form and you're wiggling it around, it looks wild. It does look a bit disgusting. But when you've kind of peeled off the outer layer of the tongue and you've cut it into thin, beautiful strips like this, it looks like steak, but it's gonna have a much different texture. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a dip in my lemon sauce and throw it back. Oh yeah, completely a different experience from that filet. It's a unique, dense texture, kind of like abalone. If Japan can, they're gonna find a way to breed cows with longer tongues. ChatGPT, invent a cow that has a very long tongue. Take a look at that right there. That's a cow that would know how to pleasure me. I mean, by way of its tongue meat. Right now I'm talking to Sakura, full-time manager here at one of the most expensive buffets we could find in Japan. I understand that not everything on the menu is super expensive, and in fact, you don't have to get super expensive meat if you don't want to. But if you want to, you can spend up to $327 on the most expensive buffet option. Why is it so expensive?
牛なんですけど、和牛の中でも
The beef that they have shipped to this restaurant is very rare. So when they ship it here, it becomes really expensive because the demand is really high, but the supply is really low.
Some buffets try to impress people by having over 150 items, but when it comes to meat here, you have under 20. What is the idea behind not having so many meat options?
ある程度のクオリティを
Quality is really important for them. When you try to pick things that are high quality, it just the amount tends to get less and less.
Well, so then the question is, what if you had to serve one meat dishes? What do you think is the most high quality, high priced, high value item that you have here?
神戸牛神戸トップサーロイン
So it would be the Kobe top sirloin.
Nice. I'm gonna try that. All right, folks, our meat is finished and it looks phenomenal. The last time I had Kobe beef, I was actually in the city of Kobe, and it was one of the best meat experiences I'd ever had in my life. You had a chef right in front of you, cooking every single bite to perfection. Today, I am that chef. And I gotta say, I'm doing a much better job here than at our first location, where I burned pretty much everything. Cheers. This is the type of food to make you feel not worthy. It's so beefy, it's so juicy, it's heavy. I mean, you couldn't eat too many of these because you would end up feeling sick. But if you dose it properly, it's perfect, just like fentanyl. So for my next course, just like a mother who doesn't truly love her child, I've got my iPad ready to go. So let's walk through some of the meats they have here. First of all, they have the Kobe rib meat. We just had that. Another form of Kobe, not as expensive. Special filet, we tried that. Beef tongue, we tried that. Moving on to the pork section, what I'm interested in is this right here, the Iberian pork loin. Iberian pork is one of the most expensive types of pork anywhere in the world. It comes from Spain and is basically the Wagyu of pork. But I also want to try the Wagyu of the ocean. And now we wait. Oh, hello.
Iberico pork.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The pork has arrived. Iberico pork. It's got the sheen of a delicious Japanese sauce on top. And,
こちらカニクラブ。
oh, is this a Japanese crab?
Yes, crab. これ already boiled.
Okay, thank you. Our food has arrived. We have our Iberico pork right here, and it doesn't look like pork at all. It actually looks like steak. These pigs are typically raised in forests where they roam freely and feed on acorns, herbs, and grasses, contributing to their unique taste and quality of meat. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, that's a pig. That's a good pig. There's just something naturally sweet about this meat itself. It's so delicious. Pork doesn't get the recognition it deserves, and in Japan especially, beef gets all the attention. But this is something special, and I'm in love. After Wagyu and pork, it is time to take a trip to the sea. Right here we have snow crab. I'm gonna crack this open. All right, let's give it a shot. It's salty and sweet and absolutely delicious. At first, you might look at it, you might think it's a king crab. It is not. This is not imported. It's just brought from, the northern part of Japan. The sweetness is unmatched and it tastes super fresh. From here, it is back to the iPad for one more order. Let's take a look. Now, near the end of the meat menu, you will find some unique items, including fine stomach. Let's get some fine stomach. I also want to get intestine and order sent. Now, you might be asking yourself, hey, Sonny, why would you order that weird stuff? Because I'm at a buffet that costs over $300. I want to understand why they have that uniquely unusual stuff on their menu. Even though the menu is not super extensive, you do make room for some cuts that we would consider unusual in the USA. Like you've got stomach, you have intestine, you have liver. Why still have those organ meats?
がそういうのがやっぱ好きなんですね。
So as you mentioned, in America, people don't really eat things like stomach or intestine, but when it comes to Japan, like people really like stomach or intestine. So to respond to the needs of the Japanese customers, they still offer such dishes.
That was a stunning and elegant way of saying because people like it. At last, our final course is arriving and it's right here. This looks actually better than I expected. Here we have some stomach and some intestine. So we're gonna throw this all on the grill. Now, a cow's stomach has 4 chambers. This is a portion of the stomach from the first chamber known as mino. The mino is a prized cut in Japanese barbecue, valued for its chewy texture and slightly fatty flavor. When cooked on a yakiniku grill like this, it becomes tender and juicy with a pleasantly crispy bite on the outside, creating a contrast with its chewy interior. For most people, when they hear cow stomach, they go, no thanks, gross. But when you hear that description, there's just so much more to it, especially when you come to a place like Japan. That said, let's go for it. Unbelievable. First of all, coated in miso. So it has a super deep, savory flavor to it, and then there's like 0 gaminess. It tastes delicious. On to our final food. Right here, some intestine. I've never seen beef intestines like this. First of all, they're not in a tube shape. They're so incredibly fatty. They've reduced in size by about half, and now they're crispy and charred, and they look and smell amazing. Let's go for it. It's so good. A little chewy, kind of like squid texture, not a ton of flavor. This could use a dipping sauce because it was only seasoned with salt, but it's not gamey, there's no funkiness. It's just a nice, crispy, toasty kind of flavor to it. I'm gonna dip one in my barbecue sauce just to give it a little bit more flavor. Oh yeah. The special care that has been given to this unusual, often discarded part of the animal, Japan, you've earned my respect. So this is my final food at this buffet. But from here, I'm gonna step outside and tell you which buffet today gave me the most bang for my buck. Today we ate at 2 Japanese buffets, a very affordable buffet and a very, honestly, not affordable buffet. $327 is not accessible to anybody. That's not something you save up for. That's a wild amount of money. Today I've been racking myself over and over about which buffet gave me the most bang for my buck. So here's what I've come up with. What I liked about location 1 was the solitude. I liked that I could just sit alone, put in my ear pods, listen to Joe Rogan for 90 minutes and eat a bunch of meat and have beer delivered to me by a machine, not a human. Because do you know what machines don't do? They don't cut you off. Meanwhile, the second location, excellent service, premium quality meats. It was like a dream where I also wish I could have been alone. I just wanted to be alone and eat my meats. But if I had to choose one location that gave me the most bang for my buck, honestly, it's location 1. I want to say location 2 because it's so delicious and the quality is so high, but it is very expensive. Now, if I went there again, what I would do is spend less money. We went a little bit above and beyond with our order today. Probably I would try to order something that's more like $100 and reel it in a little bit. But location 1 was super fun because they had so many foods. You have a machine delivering you the food, and it's a unique way of eating that we just don't have in the USA. So that is my final decision. But before we go, I want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, BuyFood.com.
Traveling to Japan? Make your trip extra special with an omakase sushi dinner in Tokyo or a ramen cooking class in Osaka through BuyFood.com. With over 800 tours, classes, and experiences, and over 3,000 restaurants across Japan. Plan